Hi everyone! Today we are going on a complete experience visit that I haven't done for you guys in a while. One of Jack O'Laren Spectacular. It's awesome! You can find this event in different states across the United States, like Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Kentucky. Well, I suggest you check it out online if you are interested in going. Hello, Duck Adventures! Welcome to EveTripsBBB, where we explore the world together with our beloved Pato, the Adventure Duck. Find the full itinerary for free on Google Maps in the description. Subscribe and join us on this exciting duck adventure. Well, this event features close to 5,000 to 7,000 pumpkins. They have very unique and beautiful designs. And they are real pumpkins, not fake ones, most of them, and they put there every year. So, every year, you will find a new version of the trail you visit. I was really surprised by the detail of the pumpkins, the designs, and the sections we're going to walk through today. When I got there and before going, honestly, I didn't have many expectations. Why? Well, because, you see a lot of things online and the reality is totally different. At first, I was kind of regretting that I had arrived so early, but I think it's the best time. That way, there aren't so many people. Here you can see that it's easy to walk around. Parking was very easy. I didn't have any problem with it. It's an event for the whole family and also for adults. And honestly, the time I went was good because you start during the day and you end at night. So, the end of the event, which is where you find the prettiest, most impressive pumpkins and the nicest trail, you'll already see it lit up like it is during the nighttime hours. So, you can enjoy both things. During the walk, you might also see some animals that are in the area, but the actual zoo isn't open. They only open this section, which is around some little animals that you might or might not see, but it's already less likely because it's almost sunset. So for now, everything seemed very normal to me. I was trying to see what I could capture, what little animal I could see. And honestly, when I visit these places, I take my time. I don't like to rush or anything. I like to take photos. I like to admire the beautiful sights. If there are little animals, people know I really love animals. So obviously, I take like 10,000 photos of the same little animal. Well, here we start our walk. Something that really caught my attention was how original the things they set up were. I thought it was really cool, very interesting. So, let's continue past some tombs, some skeletons. Honestly, this trail isn't creepy at all. On the contrary, it's very fun and beautiful, but we'll see a bit more action later. Well, and continuing the tour, we found a souvenir shop, of course. It couldn't be missing. And here we take a look around. Nothing too interesting, so let's keep going. I had the chance to see the elephants and one or two other little animals. And finally, the long-awaited moment, the pumpkins. Wow! Look at the number of pumpkins and all of them decorated. And really, when you enter and immerse yourself in this place, it's spectacular. I loved it. And this is just the beginning. Look at the detail on every single pumpkin. How many are there? Each one lit up. Now, what I was telling you about, there's so much art here. Look at this Star Wars one. Look at this other pumpkin of that vampire hunter. I can't remember his name. Does anyone remember? Let me know in the comments. Here is Harry Potter. Look at the detail, look at the quality. And at first I thought, is it a pumpkin that's already painted and they reuse it every year? No! Every year they put out different pumpkins. And this is unique art every year. And well, there are also pumpkins for Marvel fans. We also found Captain Sparrow here. Is that his name? My bad, I have a terrible memory for movie characters, but hey, I recognize him and his little braids too. How can we forget the case of Heather? There are different decorations throughout the trail, but the main attraction is going to be the pumpkins and the designs you find on them. The trail is divided into sections, so now we're going to enter the Renaissance section. Well, and now we're entering the animal section. I don't know about you, but I'm still surprised by the art of the pumpkins, by the carvings, the details, and the sheer number of them. It really is beautiful, and as I was saying, you don't lose the magic during the day, and as we keep going, we'll see how it gradually gets darker. Another detail is the huge pumpkins and how they decorate them. It makes me think about all the work it must take to put this whole trail together, right? But so far, I think it's been totally worth it. What do you think? Well, it's starting to get dark a little now. We can already see how the place looks a bit more lit up, but it still needs a little more darkness to see how this finally looks. I love the transition, right? How from day, little by little, it starts to look a bit more lit up, and that's how we keep moving forward. If I'm not mistaken, and please excuse my bad memory, but I think this is the fantasy section. So, I know it sounds repetitive and all, but that's practically what the whole tour is about, right? Seeing the pumpkins, seeing the art they create on each one of them. So, I took the time to investigate a bit more about this topic. Who participates, how they get them, and well, here's the information. Well, and while I tell you about this tour, we're going to enter the Traveling the World section. Well, and do you already know where you can find the best itineraries in the world? Well, on EveTripsBBB. So don't forget to subscribe and share so that other duck adventurers can learn about this channel. Well, the people who make the most complex, most detailed pumpkins, many of those are possibly made not from a real pumpkin, but from plastic or in 3D so that the design lasts longer. Here we continue with the sports section. So, every year the trail looks different since they look for different designs, since they aim for an improvement in the tour, and additionally the pumpkins that don't have these complex designs, well, obviously they have to be replaced, right? Let's see, who knows what the first character to appear on television was? Besides the fact that this is all done by professional artists. Well, and how can we leave out Stephen King, the king of horror? It's impossible to leave him out right in the middle of Halloween season, right? There's also a fun fact. The tradition of the jack-o'-lantern dates back to an Irish folktale about a man named Stingy Jack. Now, let's go back to prehistory while we continue with the fun fact. Jack the Stingy. Originally in Ireland and Scotland, turnips, potatoes, or beets were carved to create the lanterns. When Irish immigrants arrived in North America, they discovered that the pumpkins were a much larger native crop and easier to carve. So they adopted them as the preferred vegetable for the tradition. Let's see, who knows what alpha male carries the eggs instead of the female? Well, and speaking of a little bit of everything, in Colombia, we celebrate the Day of the Little Candles, Dia de las Velitas, on December. We use regular lanterns there, but we don't use vegetables as lanterns. Do you know of any other country that uses vegetables as lanterns? Well, and where do they get so many pumpkins? Because that's a ton, right? Well, many of the large pumpkins are grown or bought, and specifically a variety called the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, which is selected for having a shell that's easier to carve and a hollower interior. And would you also like to create such a spectacular design? Well, they sell stencils, and you can dedicate yourself to drawing it, following the pattern, and having your own design at home. Until it finally got dark on us. Personally, I really liked it this way, the transition from day and gradually getting darker, because I get the chance to experience the tour with different vibes. Plus, I noticed there were way more people at night. Well, and through all of this, how many duck adventurers went to this exhibition with me? Well, just me. Yep, you heard that right, it was just me. And honestly, there's nothing wrong or weird about learning to go out and enjoy activities by yourself. Having friends is cool, having a partner is cool. But it's also cool to have space with yourself, especially since the person we spend the most time with is ourselves. And learning to love our solitude and our space is a great start. Hey, don't you feel weird? Well, at first I did feel weird, but it wasn't because I felt weird with myself. It was because sometimes people stare kind of strangely, or sometimes they laugh. That makes you feel awkward and makes you doubt that you're enjoying your experience. But once you kind of say, I don't care what they think, you're having a good time, well, that's what I focus on the most. How about that section we just passed? Incredible, right? I absolutely loved it. And tell me, do you have a favorite pumpkin yet? And also, I actually sometimes like going on certain trips and activities alone. Why? Well, when I go alone, I am the master of myself. I wake up when I want, I go back when I want, I do the trail I want, and I take as long as I want. And honestly, I've planned so many trips and I've gone with friends. And on every trip, there's always a sort of restriction when you're in a group. You have a different experience, you hang out and enjoy it differently, but I really like doing certain activities alone too. There are places, there are things where I say, I want to do this by myself. Well, what do you think? Do you think I'm missing a screw? Well, besides that, do you agree or not? And for the fans of the mountains, we have our section here too. And well, that's all Adventuring Ducks. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the pumpkins. Happy Halloween! This duck adventure comes to an end. But don't worry, more incredible destinations await us soon. Remember, the itinerary is in the video description. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and share so more duck adventures can enjoy these journeys. Until next time, bye!